Hey everyone, Tim Verdouw here. Welcome to All You Need to Succeed. Thank you for watching. Today I'm very excited because I'm having an interview with Sam Bakker. And if you don't know Sam Bakker is a top affiliate at JVZoo. He has paid affiliates over $1 million over the past 12 months, earned over $3 million selling his own products, banked $1.2 million on commission. So I'm having him here today. I'm very glad that you are here. I'm happy to have you here, Sam. So welcome.
Cool. Thanks for having me.
Yes, great to have you here. So, can you please start to telling a bit about yourself? For example, when did your whole internet marketing career started?
Sure. So I started online a long time ago. I found out I was selling commerce products when I was about 14. That's when I first got online. And that did quite okay throughout high school for a little bit. And then I found out about digital products, and a friend of mine, he was living in my parents' basement. At the time, they have rental homes. So he showed me Michael Sam's butterfly marketing, actually. He was really excited. He was telling me about Yannick Silver, and he wasn't making as much money at me at the time. And then within the space of about 1-2 weeks, suddenly all this coming in. I go and visit him, and I can hear the old Outlook ding, ding, ding of emails coming in, and it's sales coming in. I was like, oh, how are you doing this? And he didn't tell me. He just gave me a bunch of books and said, oh, you just create a website and do it. And I was like, cool. But after that, I was pretty hooked. And you can understand at 16, seeing that much coming in. And also, he didn't have any inventory. I was running an e-commerce store, I had inventory. So I tried to get this thing to work for a long time. And then I found myself at about 20... I've been about 19 actually, maybe 19. Oh no, probably 21 actually, 21. Okay. No, less than that, 23, about 23. 23, I was in 100K worth of debt because of all the bad business decisions I'd made and trying to get online.
Okay.
That was a mess. So then that brought me to where I found JVZoo. I was actually, at the time, in a pretty difficult situation. I had exhausted all my methods of funding at the time. I owed everyone money, the bank, my lawyers at the time, because I was going through a business dispute. They were then coming after me for the money that they felt they were owed. Long story.
Wow. So when was the turning point for you?
Turning point was when I was facing bankruptcy. I basically had no choice but to do something. I was, lawyers. You owe lawyers money and you don't have the money to pay them. You're in a pretty bad situation when that's the case, because they're lawyers. They know exactly what to do.
So you had to do something.
I had a month, yeah. So what I did is I looked at what I had. I thought, well, if I was to work in a job, I'd gone back and worked in a job, would have taken like maybe 3 to 5 years to pay off the debt, and that was if I had a good paying job. So that wasn't really an option. So what I did is I looked at what was working online at the time. JVZoo had popped up, and they were doing quite well.
And how many years was that ago, JVZoo, when you started with that?
Back in late 2013. Okay. So it was, I remember it was September 2013. Okay. So, and that was when I did my first sort of launch. So I tried to sell a training product. I believe it was the first thing that I tried to do, and it did okay. It did a few sales. Then I really had made some good progress when I looked at what I had previously, and I made a few tweaks to a couple of things, like products that I created in the past, launched those, and then within the space from September until June the next year, 2014, I had paid off all of my debt and I had 100 grand in the bank.
Wow.
And, that was really
what was the reason for that success?
I would put it down to, I had some success online in the past, and that was good, but I made some really bad decisions and some stuff hadn't gone my way. Yeah. So what made the difference this time was I personally believe it was the fact that I could go to JVZoo and I could find a community and I could plug into that community. What would I have done if I didn't have a community, that I couldn't find people that were actively selling this stuff in a marketplace? I would have maybe looked on YouTube. Maybe I would have bought some products from individuals and tried to do some ads or something like that, but I didn't have the finance to do that at the time. So it was really being able to plug into a community on JVZoo and see what others were doing. and then looked to do it myself. I was able to connect with a few people over JVZoo, and that really helped me early on to understand things. I remember like Han Fan, for example, he did an interview with me really early on, helped me out a significant amount.
Wow.
I remember he was telling me about my headline was in the wrong place, my video was in the wrong place, buy buttons here, giving me a hard time about my sales page.
Yeah.
I was just trying to get something out there, and he was,
wow.
he was giving me a hard time, but he was telling me what I needed to do, and there's a lot of people that were really quite generous with their information.
Yeah.
So that really got me started, and then fast forward a few years, I've now sold over $8 million through the platform.
Wow.
Last couple of years, I've been since the start, I'm one of the top 2 affiliates. Todd Gross has sold more than me overall. Yeah. Over the last couple of years, I've done really well. Possibly challenged him, but he's as an affiliate. It's done really well. But that for me was how I got started and how I got onto JVZoo. It was kind of out of desperation more than anything. But thank goodness that I found it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you're here. One of the examples for many. I mean, this is encouraging for a lot of people, I think. As you said, it's 4 years ago when you started with JVZoo. So that's very encouraging to see where you are now. You're making millions of dollars a year. So that's good for everyone to know. Because today we're not only interviewing who is Sam Bakker and how you started, but also you're launching a product, and that's what we're talking about today. Normally you're launching software products, but now you're launching something other, an info product. So what made you decide to do an info product?
Sure. So, it's something that I always wanted to do, actually, because I'd wanted to do it as soon as I started to become successful, because I thought that, this had made a lot of people to help me when I was first getting started. And since being able, I was able to introduce a couple of my friends into the marketplace who have done really well. Yeah. Josh Rada at the time, I was able to introduce him into the marketplace. And Sam Robinson as well was able to and then they went through and they took that and ran with it. So I really wanted to do something en masse because I have had a significant amount of success.
So you already helped Josh and Sam Robinson to succeed online, if I'm correct?
So you could say that. I showed them the way to start off with. They took it and ran with it. That's the thing. But I told them the basics of how to get started. I showed them what I was doing, and they were able to then start to understand it. I helped answer any questions, and through that process, I got a really good understanding of the types of questions someone would ask coming into it. One of the challenges with some of these courses is that when you've been making money online for a certain period of time, you kind of like back when you first started, and the best way to refresh your memory is by coaching someone through that stage and actually taking them through the earlier stages. So I packaged that, what I was showing them into a course, and what I think people would really know, in such a way that's very detailed. So that was what it really came down to. I wanted to, I've learned a lot. There's a lot of strategies that I've developed. I don't know everything, obviously. There's a lot of people, and I've discovered this. I don't know near as much as some people, but I do know what works for my strategy, and I do know my strategy well. So I'm able to teach on that, and that's what I've done. And some people have said, well, why would you do this? Because you suddenly introduced a bunch of competition into the market. And hopefully that's the case.
That was also my question, because we're talking about JVZoo Academy. I don't know if I mentioned it already. What exactly is, and you also say competition in the market, but when I looked at the promotional material, you say it's actually good. It's coming competition into the market, right?
Oh, exactly. I mean, more creators mean more good products. Hopefully, more affiliates mean creators make more money selling. And in terms of my strategies, I reveal everything in there. There's nothing that's really held back. It's exactly what I do. It's exactly what I've been doing. So
tell us, what exactly is JVZoo Academy for the people that are watching right now? If you have to do an elevator pitch, what would it be?
So it's split up into 3 main sections, and the first section is the strategy. So that's the front end, and the strategy is, what it is. Basically, it's everything laid out in a guide, walking through the 3 most important components: creating a product, what you need to do to create a product, and the fastest way to do it. We've also got an alternative if you don't want to create a product, which has really worked well for some people. You can actually start without and create your own product. one of the interviews in there actually shares and touches on that, how Danny and Kimberly were able to generate about $10,000 from a product they didn't even create themselves to get started online initially. It goes into that. Then there's the second part, which is the launch formula, which is basically how to go ahead and launch that product into the marketplace, get to know people, connect with the right people, and the right process to go through step by step, what you need. Also the process guides that are included with that, so people can pick it up and use it, hand it to an outsourcer, all of that. Then third and the final part of the strategy, which is another guide, is the affiliate masterclass, or I think it's called something different, but basically it's my affiliate strategy. It's what I do, and it's what I've found has been most successful for me, and hopefully it's really interesting for people. I've done really well as an affiliate marketer, and it goes in depth into that whole strategy that I use. That's the first part of the course.
So that's everything you get when you buy the front end offer? Okay.
You also get 4 interviews as well, 4 really good interviews. Brad Stevens, you get Brett Rutkey, you get Michael Chaney, you also get an interview with a couple of other people as well. Basically, they go through, they were really good interviews that matched these strategies and can add to them really well. I did interviews with about 25 to 30 successful JVZoo marketers, and that's included throughout these trainings. And that brings me to the second section, which is the mastery. Now, mastery is basically we've told you what it is, and now we basically want to walk you through exactly how to do it. Yeah. And that's what the mastery is.
And that's the upgrade.
Yes, and this is what's we started this process over a year ago, and it's been a very long process. The reason is it's not because the content is massive or anything like that. It's because the information in there is very specific, and it's just what people would need. Everything else that didn't need to be there has been cut out. Yeah. Hopefully, there shouldn't be anything there that's confusing at all, because what we've done is we've divided it up into 4 main sections, and each is accompanied by a video showing the what, and then it has some text about the what. Then it has a how-to video on any segments which might be quite detailed or need more detail, and then it includes a process document for those parts as well, so people can actually then download that and see step by step what needs to happen to achieve that task. And the whole training, if people walk through it, hopefully they will walk through every segment, you'll make progress in every area, leading to making money over JVZoo, and that was our goal behind it. Then the third segment is the 60-day masterclass, and the reason we created that is that maybe people need help managing their time a little bit to go through this this training and actually apply it. So the class is it's the second upgrade, and it basically will walk people through every single step that they need to take on a daily basis. So we've chunked down the entire process into 60 days, and we've actually included 90 days in there, 30 days free, but it goes through the action steps that someone should take every single day, and we've chunked it down into really realistic and easy to apply steps that they should do every single day. And then on top of that, we've also done a video each single day going through those steps to the stage where we actually launch a product after their input. So people don't just see what they need to be doing. They also are guided through with someone who's going through that process as well, and they can actually see on their screen exactly what they're doing on a daily basis. So, 15 minutes to 2 hours max a day with this, you can probably get away with doing less. Wow. And people can walk through it at their own pace if they want to. But that's what's included as that second OTO.
So sounds cool. So for who is this product? For everyone, even if for example, if I never have done anything with internet marketing, would this be a good buy for me also?
Hopefully. We failed if it isn't. So, we created it for people that are starting out, but we also wanted to include people that wanted something advanced. So what I would encourage people to do is, if you are starting out, go through the steps. We've chunked it down into 4 steps. What you need is a base, the information that you need to get up to speed with. Specialize in that, get really good at that, go to the next one, and then walk through these different steps. And then if you are an advanced marketer, you're someone that wants advanced strategies, we have a bit in there. We do have some advanced strategies, but and obviously in the strategy guides themselves, there's a lot in there. But what you'll probably want to do is check out the interviews. And the reason I say that is, I was surprised by this. I learned a significant amount through those interviews. And I've been in this thing for a while now, and I thought I knew everything, but no, no, not even close. So going through
So
those
you
strategies.
learned a lot from the interviews yourself.
Oh, it actually changed. It changed some of the ways that we structured even this launch. It was really, really good. People were very generous, and if you're someone, there is basic information there, but it's more for advanced people that want additional strategies and ideas.
Yeah.
So Brad Stevens, for example, goes through how he spent $850 to generate over $57,000 with retargeting, and he just doesn't just say it. He actually goes into his computer and he shows the campaign, he shows the ads he used, what targeting he used, exactly how he did it, and then gives people information on how they can do it. So these interviews were all like that, and that's the reason that I learned a huge amount in doing them, because they were kind of questions that I had for people, but really, really good information that people won't have heard from these people before because they haven't done interviews. We've got Chris Munch in there, for example. He doesn't do interviews. We've got guys like, for example, I spent a long time with him going over affiliate strategies. He made more sales on JVZoo as an affiliate than anyone. Then I could, every single one had something that was new, and it just shows, there are such a range of different people and different skilled people in different areas. So
we can learn a lot from them from those videos. And as you said, there are 4 videos at the front end, and then all the others will be at the first OTO, or?
Exactly. So there's going to be 4 that are going to be on the front end. Those are mainly because they complement the training really well on that front end, the strategy, and then the rest will be on the OTO 1. Now these are the start. Like for us, we're thinking, this isn't one of those launches where it closes down after the launch is finished. This is going to be continuing on.
JVZoo is continuing to support this, right? I also saw it in JVZoo at the back end. They're promoting it already.
So, we're going to be adding more interviews in there, more advanced content for people. And we've got also a number of other additional courses we've planned out for specialist areas and people that are helping us who are specialists in those areas to help as well. So one particular component, that we would love to be able to explore more is professional video. You'll see that on the front end sales video, we learned a huge amount in doing that process, and hopefully it's a good video that people enjoy. It looks
awesome. I mean, everything is high quality. To compliment you about that.
Oh yes. So we didn't know any of that before going into this, and that's something we'll also be adding into a course later on, how to do it, what equipment we use.
So that will all be included into the first OTO if people buy that.
Eventually.
So it will be. You keep it updated. This product.
It will be kept updated. Like when we test out new things, when we get new ideas, when we have new strategies that we find out, we'll be adding those into the course, and people that are part of that will benefit from them. The benefit here is that in getting in through launch, it's a one-off cost, whereas later on it's going to be a monthly. So, and it'll be monthly for a good reason, because we will be adding a significant amount in that we see is really going to help people, and keep them up to date with what, will keep them really, teach them new strategies, whatever they want to find out about. But,
so people can buy it now for a one-time price, and then you keep it updated and adding value to this training as well.
And not only that, also in the OTO 1 we've added in a software as well. So Igloo app's going to be included with it. So we've got that software is going to be included. So that's an awesome additional software. Reason to jump.
Yeah, I'm using that for a while now. I'm very happy with that. So one more question about the product. Does it also it teaches you how to be an affiliate? It also teaches you how to be a product creator. Do you also teach how to get to new ideas? Because I've launched a product for a few months ago, but to get to a new idea, that's for me it's the hardest part. Is that also included in the training?
It is, yes. So we've got a whole segment on that. We do. We've got, there's a lot on it. And also not only that, but in the interview section itself as well. There are Justin Burns, his interview, he shared some really, really good ideas about getting ideas for products. And anyone who's short of ideas, I'd encourage you to go to that interview. A lot of the stuff he was covering, really, really good ideas that I had never thought of. Martin Crumlish as well, he's another one. He also shared how he finds his ideas. And there's a few others that, some really good information in those interviews that'll help. But we do cover it. We have, when I was first starting out, how I got those ideas to start, even though I didn't necessarily have any proof. It goes into how you can do that, even if you haven't made money online yet. How you can take those ideas, create ideas, and launch them.
Oh, wow.
It goes into depth into that, so people will get that.
Wow, great. So will this also work in any niche for anyone who's buying this training?
So that's the thing. I mean, we've obviously, it's JVZoo endorsed, so JVZoo approached us a while back, and they wanted to get involved, and the reason being that they obviously want more creators and doing well over their platform. They've already got a huge amount of success over the platform, and for us, it's great to have them involved in it hugely. Obviously, it gives it a huge amount of credibility, which is great.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
You can take this if you're learning online. You can take this and use it to sell in any niche over any platform. The information itself, once you've learnt it, you'll be able to go out and you'll be able to use it as you want. Once you learn the steps, once you learn what's involved, the skills that are involved, we go through them. Once you download the documents, you can read them and follow along with them. Then this can be applied in any niche in any way you wanted it to. We're obviously not going and advertising that everywhere, but that's the fact of it. If you go through, you learn this. You'll see.
So
exactly how you can apply.
Everything I need to know to make money online is covered in this training.
Well, we failed if we haven't done that. That was our goal coming into it, that we wanted to provide people with the clearest, most easy to understand possible course that would help them to make money over JVZoo, either both as a seller and an affiliate. And we really hope we've done that. And the test will be how many people come out of this successful. We've shared our methods, our strategies with others. They've done really well out of them. So we're confident that people will be able to pick this up and really get a good understanding that previously wasn't available. So
So what does this training makes it different than? Oh, sorry. What is the difference between this training and all trainings out there?
Cool, that's a good question.
I mean, there are a lot of trainings out there saying, "Hey, if you buy this training, you're going to make money online." What's the difference between this training and all the other stuff?
Yeah, that's a really good question. That's a question that I haven't been asked before. Probably what I would say is that, in my experience, many of the trainings, they teach you a single strategy, or they teach you like a little bit, or they teach you one thing. I mean, some, if you pay like higher amounts into the thousands, they'll show you everything really detailed as well. And there's some really, really good training online, and there's, I still buy trainings today. I mean,
keep learning.
To some extent, there's a huge amount of really good trainings out there. So I wouldn't say necessarily that all trainings are bad or anything. I think that as many are good. What really separates this is that I don't think ever before there's been as a detailed system and strategy, outlined in this way for JVZoo. In terms of success in this community, I don't think you won't find the interviews with the Todd Grossers anywhere else. You won't find interviews with Martin Crumlett. Good luck. Go and find an interview with Martin Crumlett, him revealing how he, you won't find it. The training itself, we spent over a year really just making sure it was as detailed as possible, testing it, also passing it by people that we knew to make sure they were able to understand certain components, and packaging in such a way that it could be used by someone that's completely new to this thing. So, I mean, there's plenty of good trainings out there. What really separates this is it's so specific to JVZoo, so detailed, that I really hope that I think people will be able to follow through every single step, and it'll lead them to the stage where they're able to launch a product or sell as an affiliate.
Wow.
And we're committed to doing that. We're not going away. If we find that people are having trouble in one area, we'll solve it right away. So that's the goal. We want to produce as many successful people for this community through this training as possible, and that's the mission. So this is just the start.
Sounds great. I'm excited about this, and I already decided to buy this product. I got review access, but I want to have this product myself, and I want to lock in my lifetime access to this training also. So the front end offer is $17 if I'm correct.
Correct.
And then there's an upgrade. So if you would advise the people, you would say you need the OTO, right? If you want to, of course, you can do it with the front end, but to really help you out, the first OTO is a must-have, if I'm correct. At least that's
exactly.
what
I mean,
really
that's the thing. The reason we created the front end is to help people that maybe are a bit short on cash financially, but and it will show you what it is. It's the thing. It'll show you what it is. But if you want to find out in detail how to do it, you're going to want to have that OTO one, and you want to have the tools. We couldn't put this into the front end. We couldn't have all that laid out in the front end in that way. So what we've done is we've packaged it all into the OTO one. We don't just give you the training that's going to show you the how. We actually have a software in there, Igloo app, very, very good software, and that's going to give you the tools you need to apply this in the fastest way possible.
Exactly.
So I mean, in the OTO one, we are giving everything that we possibly could
to help us succeed online.
Yeah, I mean, if you're serious about it, if you look at it and this really resonates with you, and you're like, wow, this is what I would like to do. I see these guys doing it. I read their emails. I want to be part of that. Then I don't think you'll find a better course that will show that. So OTO one, you'll want that if you want to be a part of it. We also got a forum in there as well, so you can ask any questions if you need any help.
Sounds cool.
And I mean, there'll be amount of support that will be available as well for people. We're going to be running consistent webinars and really getting a good feel for how people are using this and looking to improve it in any way we can to make it easier for everyone to obviously apply and succeed with.
Wow. Well, sounds great, man. I'm very excited about it because I also got my way to go. I'm going up, but I'm not there yet. And to see you succeed in 4 years, that's really motivating for me and for everyone watching this live cast. If you want to pick up JVZoo Academy, the link is below or above, I don't know yet. So you can pick it up. Also, there are some bonuses added when you pick up this training. And I will highly suggest to buy the first OTO. It's not what I'm doing always. I'm not pushy. I'm never pushy, but pushing. Sorry. If you want to succeed, I really believe that this is a solid training, that this is something that's going to take you by the hand and then help you to succeed. Especially the part how to create products is really speaking to me, that I think, hey, that will be very valuable to me. But also the interviews with every successful internet marketer. This is a lot of value. Maybe you say it's a lot of money, but I don't think it's a lot of money. This will be an investment in yourself that you will earning back while you this course. And I think if you follow all these steps, that success will be guaranteed. So pick it up, by the link below or above. And well, Sam, I really want to thank you for this interview. I really appreciate it that you wanted to be here and just explain what JVZoo is and that you told us about yourself. So thank you for that. And
it's good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, and everyone, thank you for watching this video. If you got any questions, feel free to ask. Feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to reach out to Sam, and I'm sure he will help you out. And thank you for watching, guys, and hope to see you in my next video. Cheers, guys. Bye bye.